final page that you have there before the auditorium. These are your building services. And building services basically program themselves on the total space in your building, and then it calculates the amount of other associated spaces that you need. For example, once the building's programmed, it tells us how much large group restroom space we need throughout the building. So this 6,009 square feet will be divided up throughout the campus for your large group male and female restrooms in the building. We also program custodial closets for custodial and cleaning supplies, your electrical closets, and your telecommunication rooms throughout the building. So those spaces are associated and square footage allocated to those. Those are smaller areas. Your corridors and your vertical circulation, your stairways, your elevators, all calculate based on the building space, as does your mechanical and electrical space for the building. So these are a couple of the larger areas that come out of building services. A main storage area for your building is going to be used out of the Washington building. There's an existing large area that's used as central storage there that is in the building program and is continuing to be used as storage. You'll have a 601 square foot central storage area associated with a loading and receiving dock in your new construction. So about 1,000 square feet of space for storage and receiving for other materials within your building. And then these restrooms are associated with your custodial space. And this is the renovation of 2 existing adult staff restrooms in the Washington building. Questions?
How many elevators? One in each? One in the new?
One in the new and one in the
Washington.
Is there any way to calculate the efficiencies that might be realized associated with new mechanical systems and in serving a student population like ours? I'm just curious as to if we've been able to factor that into our 5-year forecast, and if in fact, I would assume that we're expecting to see some efficiencies associated with that.
We are looking at geothermal right now. We have a study going on as we speak. The board approved a contract in the last board meeting, and as soon as we have some information from the geothermal to find out if the site is good for the geothermal system, our engineers will work on that and we'll have that information available for the district.
Okay, thanks.
Looking at your auditorium project. And your auditorium project, as we had mentioned, is a combination of a locally funded initiative and an OSFC co-funded project. Your auditorium seating area will be 8,800 square feet. You'll have a concession stand for that area that's 300 square feet. You'll have lobby space of 2,300 square feet, a coat room, ticket booth, piano storage, your spotlighting deck. You'll have a projection room, and also a 300 square foot area that's been tagged as your spirit room or a gift shop for that area. The next items here that have letter codes designated with them are your family restroom from the administrative sheet that you saw, your stage, which is 3,000 square feet, and this stage is comparable to the stage that you currently have, an 800 square foot scene shop and storage area, makeup and dressing rooms at 300 square feet each, a theatrical control room of 200 square feet, and then additional drama storage space of 800 square feet. And that will all be a part of your auditorium project.
Questions, or 2 questions. In the makeup and dressing room, is it allotted for restroom facilities in those spaces?
Yes.
Okay, and is there any allotment for office space for the drama directors and professionals that work with our students in that space?
Not right now, but if the district desires to, we can add that. That's.
I don't know if the district desires it. I'm just thinking sometimes we have people who are hired and/or volunteer from outside the district who might need a space to work in. They're not a classroom teacher, therefore they don't have a classroom space to function from. Where are they in this? And I guess this is the time we try to discuss these things. Just a thought.
We can look into that.
We also talked about a multi-purpose room attached with this facility that could be used by someone visiting, by the drama group. It could be a waiting area. It could be any number of things. So we did talk about that, and we just called it a multi-purpose room instead of an office.
How about the concession stand? Are there 2 concession stands? Then
There's one associated with the
gym,
auditorium,
one by
one
the
with the
auditorium.
gymnasium.
Okay. Are they both the same size?
I think they're both 300.
Yeah, there's some.
And our thought behind that was, again, we haven't laid out the specific schematics yet, but we want to be able to have functions going on both in the auditorium and the gym, independent of each other, you know, not interfering with each other, so that we want to have as many facilities for each as possible in case they're not necessarily in close proximity to each other.
I think that, Mrs. Quinn, I think that happens every year. We have a musical play, whatever, about tournament basketball time, where in our structure right now it becomes a real nightmare for you. But
We have major discussions regarding concession stand.
I'm sure
we
we
only
do.
have one, and right now it's under band supervision. When we lay all of this out, we will have 2 separate concession stands in areas, one for the auditorium, one for the gym.
Just give me some idea. The concession stand we have now is about how big? Do we know?
I don't have.
I mean, I know it says 300 square feet, and I should know what that looks like, but I'm just wondering. It's not
I'm
huge.
guessing that it's probably 3/4 of the size of the meeting room in there. That's around 300 square feet.
Well, it's bigger than what we
I
have.
have to have a visual.
About 25% more.
It's bigger than what's
It's bigger than what's there.
there.
Mrs. Haas spends time at the
I spent a
concession
lot of-
stand. Can you tell?
And I suspect after my children graduate, I'm still going to be spending time at the concession stand. So I want to know that those concession stands are going to be functional. We do a lot of cooking in those concession stands. Yep, that's my question.
Okay. Just briefly to summarize the space in your new building, you'll have 105 instructional areas, and that's asterisk because 5 of those will have partitions and be able to use as 110 functional spaces if